how I've been holding back my future self from my current self from merging. So when you hear this story, let me know whether you resonate with it. We have a future self that's out there, that's waiting to get fired up. And you know that you've got something big to offer to the world. You know that you are the voice to awakening. And yet, it's not arrived yet. Something needs to happen for that to arrive. Why hasn't it arrived yet? One of the reasons might be that you're waiting for something to happen, and when you're in that waiting mode, you're always waiting, so that future self is always in the future. Let me explain. So my second book is getting edited at the moment, and I had this story that I was playing in my mind, which was, when the book gets published, that's when I'm going to really get out there, because I'll have this book in my hand. So that's when I'll get on the podcast. That's when I'm going to make the effort. That's when I'm going to go online every single day. That's when I'm going to do the retreats. That's when I'm going to do everything. That's a lot of pressure to be placing on one thing. And that is a waiting game, which means that your future self is still in the future, instead of reclaiming that future self right now. So when we say, no, I'm not going to wait until that future event, which is still in the future, I'm going to say, right now, I have decided that my future self is in fact inside of me, and all it needs is a decision from my smaller self to get out of the way. That's all it needs. That's all that needs to happen, is that we need to make this declaration that whatever it is that you need to share with the world, that's ready to be shared with the world right now. And if that means that there are only a few people watching on YouTube, on Insta, on Facebook, wherever, that's okay. At least you're actually signaling to the universe that you're there. You're not waiting for the universe to make the first step. You need to make the first step. And then the universe will, of course, respond to whatever energy you put out there. And so I decided that I am not going to buy into that limit. I'm not going to buy into that limitation of wait until the book is published. Because even though I had that story, that limiting belief of wait until the book is published, I knew that it was a limiting story, but I still played that same song in my head regardless. So why did I do that? Even when I knew that it was a limiting story, which said, I'll wait until the book is published, which means that anything that you want to do to help humanity, to help your community, to help the awakening process remains in the future, because you're waiting for something. And for you, it might be you're waiting to finish a course. You're waiting until you do the next course. You're waiting until you finish your job. You're waiting until, and you're always waiting for the next thing, which means that your future self is residing in the future. And if you want to merge the timelines and bring them forward, you need to make the decision right now, that you're not waiting any longer, and that whatever you need to share has value right now, and you need to share it. And it doesn't matter whether one person is listening or whether 100 people are listening, or 1,000 or 1,000,000. It really doesn't. It's just a story that we tell ourselves that we need X amount of followers. Otherwise, what's the point of making these posts, making these videos? The point is that the universe is listening. The point is that the universe is sorting itself out and recalibrating to match you. And so as you get going, and as you get moving, and as you get talking, and as you get sharing, and as you get communicating, those old cobwebs are falling away. The universe is rearranging everything in your life so that your future self arrives right now, not in the future. Because who you are right now has value. Who you are right now will give value to somebody else. Who you are right now needs to be expressed right now. And so, if this video resonated with you, please let me know in the comments below. And if you're interested in activating your dormant soul gifts, have a look at my website, elenimitis.com, and I do customized sessions. I am sending you so much love. Please unleash your future self right now. Don't wait for that day, for that course to be finished, for that thing to happen, for the universe to make the first step. The universe will not make the first step. You need to make the first step. You need to do the next step, and then the universe responds, and then you need to do the next step, and then you need to trust, and then you need to be patient, and then you need to not want external validation for you to do the next step, because you're doing it from your heart and you want to share what's inside of you, because that is the medicine. That is the medicine. You are the medicine. Everything you have to share is the medicine. Sending you so much love. Oh, and one more thing. Just remember, always, 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 always live in truth. Live in truth. Live in truth. See you later.